The Wyldlynx community recently got together to pick the brains of artificial intelligence expert Vinay Joseph. Here are some of the highlights.
Here we have our find user interface, right? So I'm going to just look at Content Manager because I'm sure you'll be able to relate to this. And let's say that I'm looking for a specific document, and the document describes what happens when a new page is created in Web Content Manager, as an example, right? So normally I would go here and I would type new page creation. So that's one concept, and I get a set of results back, and I'm like, yeah, that's okay. I get some stuff with page and all that kind of stuff, but probably this is in an admin guide. So I go in there and type admin administration guide. So that's an additional concept, and again, it's giving me the same set of results. So normally what I'd have to do is I'd probably have to open up this administrator guide and look into the guide and read and look for what happens when a new page is created, right? So let's just go to an expanded preview, and eventually when that loads up, so there's still a bit of effort involved in getting the answer that I'm looking for. Let's see, new page creation. So you can see, page lifecycle. Whenever a new page is created, the version's automatically generated. So that's the information I was looking for. But it doesn't surface up in search results straight away because, there's so much of information that is located. And this document has, I don't know, a couple of pages over there, and you've got to really scroll through those documents to get that information that you're after. Not really an optimal experience. So with the advances in natural language question and answering, what we now have is a chatbot. So I can just ring up the chatbot, and it's like a virtual agent. And when my virtual agent comes up, I can just start, having a conversation with it. So this is where the evolution of search has come to. So it's going to ask me, what's your question? And I'll say, what happens when a new page is created? And straight away, what the bot does for me is the bot actually goes into the data set and looks. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
you can do this with your internal data.
Exactly,
right?
Your internal data. And what we've effectively done is we've gone and scored through that entire document among like millions of documents. So this is just one of the functionalities in our chatbot. We can do what we call intent detection. So for example, if you ask a question and it needs to disambiguate, right, what your intention is, we can actually put those options in front of you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I suppose something to highlight here that Vinay's actually chatting with a content manager record, repository of content.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you see these things external on websites and things like that, external to, how do I find this stuff, or I'm working with a bank or so forth and so on. This is actually doing it with your content manager repository. So you're asking questions of your records and getting answers back.
And you can even ask questions of your metadata. So for what you're looking at over here is an example of, so you looked at passage extraction, where we went to CM, took the document, produced the most relevant passage or paragraph, right? But let's look at a more structured example. So this is a retail banking assistant, and I'm asking the question, what is the cutoff time for US dollars? Simple, straightforward. The bot will go in and tell me the cutoff time for US dollars is 1700 same working day. Now, how did it deduce that? So it's giving me a link to a PDF document. So when I go ahead and open that document, essentially what the bot has done, or what IDOL has done, is it actually reads this table and it looks for US dollar, and then it looks for the cutoff time and the payment when it's sent. And so this is the future basically, and there's a lot more in terms of curated question and answers. There's things like intent detection. I was working with a customer in Malaysia who basically wanted to upload their medical scanned leave certificate and then start a leave application process. Rather than going and opening up a new form, I'll just upload the document, OCR the doctor's details, OCR the from and to dates, and process my leave straight away. That's the kind of future that is in the digital experience world. So another thing I wanted to quickly show was basically what we do with broadcast monitoring. So This is find, again, we're indexing 28 million documents. So this is in our demo environment, by the way. And we're indexing various news channels, such as BBC, CNN, etc. And what we've done is, as we're indexing, we're doing facial recognition as an example. And then we're doing speech to text on the video. So you can see here, I've got broadcast, and I'm doing a filter for facial recognition of Donald Trump as an example. And there's a CNN video that comes up. And in that CNN video, I can see a preview of the video. I can also see the speech to text on that video, as an example. And what I do is, when we open that video in mmap, we can basically get a screen such as this, where I can then go ahead and bring up, locations where Trump's face actually appears, which is,
Bill Clinton, isn't it? Yeah.
and there's Trump below that.
Oh, both of them. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you can see. So where this becomes really useful is, think of us as not just one thing, but many things in conjunction in an orchestra format to add value to yourself. So you detect that diagram, then you want to do some classification, then you want to get some information out of it and process that, and then produce the insights for the business. So it's really, really powerful in terms of what we can do.